Oh, somebody's in the
Let's
comments.
get it. Let's get it cracking. No, that was just me saying, "Am I ready to go live?" Because the computer asked me, and I said yes. Mike, what's happening?
What's happening, bro? What's good with you?
I'm excited, nigga. I feel refreshed. I'm in a better mood today. You know, the
Shit,
last couple times
you sound excited. You was talking in third person to start it off.
you did I do that shit anyway. So they got me working from home now, nigga. They got me working from home now, so I'm in a great mood. I'm not exhausted.
Must be nice.
I ain't even talked to nobody else outside of my house today. That you know what I'm saying. So there was nobody really to fuck up my mood. If I'm in a bad mood, it's my fault.
Yeah.
And you know who else's fault it is? Andre's. Every time I see him in the comments, I get mad.
Shout out Andre Ashley. Shout out everybody that's in the chat right now at the moment. We appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all some real ones. As you can see, we getting better with the time. We getting a lot better with the time.
Mike, we getting a little bit better with the time. I think I was right on time. It might have been 7 o'clock.
Possibly.
And then look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. It looks like I ironed it, bro. Like I got ready for this.
Bro said it looked like I ironed it. That's crazy.
I did. I take myself serious. I did. No, I did though. I know your generation don't know nothing about that, but I iron. And I even know how. I'm proud of your black ass. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So today we actually got a guest. We got Mo. Is it Moton? I don't care. He looked like Kirk Morrison, and that's probably all we're gonna call him the whole time.
Hey, it's been a minute since the guys seen the intro.
The intro? Okay, hold on.
Let's run the intro for them.
Let's run the intro.
Just as much as I missed it, I know they missed it too. Let's play that shit.
Don't nobody miss it. We just buy in time because I'm slow with this stuff. So this is what we gonna do. We're gonna throw it all here. Get ready for what's the name?
Let's get some Big Corey commentary on this.
I'm not doing no Big Corey commentary. I'm not a clown. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and put him on here. Mo to the stage. Add Mo to the stage. We got Mo to the stage. Mo, what's happening?
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on? Long time coming, Menelik. Good to see you, my dude.
So you're going to hop right on that. So I got to get right on your ass, bro. You know, don't nobody know who Menelik Watson is, except for like 10 Raiders fans, but everybody knows who Kirk Morrison is. Everybody knows that you look like the one motherfucker from Blackstreet. Everybody knows that you look like every 1990s male R&B group there is. Everybody knows that. So before...
you got them started early, Mo.
Hey, that's my era, man. I'll take that. I'll take that. But, hey, wasn't Menelik on the team more recently than Kirk? So people know you a lot more than they know me.
They might.
I mean, Kirk Morrison was a little before that.
Yeah, but you look more familiar. You look like Teddy Riley and all of them. And you got the R&B. You got the R&B pencil goatee. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so they gonna forget about me.
Real talk. I had sideburns since I was 8 years old, so I've been holding on to this look for a minute.
Sideburns since you was 8?
Yeah, that's how I was known in school. People like, dude, the sideburns. I was 8 years old. I
don't know super hairy ass black people like that. Where are you? What is your ethnic makeup? Where are you from, bro?
My dad was a hairy dude. I had chest hair in my teenage years. Had a thin goatee before the R&B scene came on. So I was ready for it. My era, I was perfect for my era. I was born at the right time, the exact right time.
If you don't mind me asking, bro, because I always see it on your bio. It says New York. Are you from New York originally, or you just moved out there?
You can't tell by the way I talk. I mean,
no, because you sound friendly as hell, bro. And I'll never get along with people from New York.
Hey,
so that's what it is. That's why we
New Yorkers, they be hella aggressive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm from the gentrified area of Brooklyn, New York. So that's where I guess that's where it comes from.
Oh, so out here that would be Scottsdale, Arizona, where I live in Phoenix, but that would be Scottsdale, Arizona. It's it's real safe and pretty outside. People walk little dogs.
It's a little mixed because I mean I got stories to tell, but I'm on like the borderline of not saying Brooklyn and drinking coffee and lattes, Brooklyn. Like I'm right on the borderline.
Right on the borderline. Actually, you know what we wanted to get into was like preseason type stuff, because while I got a whole bunch of people in here and some people already asking Raider questions, I feel like I feel like now I'm talking to somebody that's a little bit closer connected to the team because I seen you on CNN the other day, bro. They was talking to you on CNN about the Raiders, so I feel like now I get a chance to talk to you. I'm gonna get some real. Is it fake news or some real shit? When's the last time you've been to the practice?
That's fake news. That's definitely fake news. You haven't spotted me in Las Vegas or Costa Mesa. First of all, Vegas is too hot. Costa Mesa is on the other side of the country for me, so maybe one day.
Oh, you in New York still now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's so crazy that I've seen you so close to all of this Raider stuff for the last couple of years, really. Because I got on your ass about you looking like Kirk probably in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, how did you end up associated with the Raiders coming from all the way over there?
Just growing up a fan, man. Like out here in Brooklyn, everyone obviously Jets, Giants fans. So I was one of the few people, grew up a Raider fan. I had no intention on writing or covering sports at all till got through high school. Found out I had a little bit of talent. I was a little too small to play football. I hooped a little bit in high school. But
why
then
you
I
wasn't
realized,
singing with Teddy Riley and all of them?
I didn't have the voice for it, man. I don't got the delivery for that, man. I don't have that. So I was like, look, I can either play sports and try to be an outlier, shorter than 6 foot, being an athlete, or I can write about it. And that's what I started doing. So grew up a fan and decided, look, this is the team I'm going to cover, even though I'm in New York City, because I was never a Jets fan. My family, full of Jets fans, not many Giants fans, but I got to pick my own squad. So
yeah,
I was like, you know what? I don't identify with the Giants. They're more of like a highbrow blue blood franchise. The Jets weren't really any good.
Yeah. So since you was a
along.
free agent, you just went with the hardest looking fucking team out there.
I was like, look, this team kind of reminds me of myself. Like I'm kind of like, I wouldn't call myself an outlaw, but I was I'm one of the few Raider fans out here kind of identifying as kind of like, I'm not part of this crew or that crew. I'm kind of different. I'm not the hood dude, but I'm not a super nerd.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like,
you just surviving
with this team. Like they're out there, they're in their own category. I'm out here in New York in my own category. That's my team. Not the Jets. Yeah. That's my team. So
fuck with that. Hell yeah, that's dope, brother.
And that's the dopest thing about it is you decided that's my team, that's my team. And it took you this far. And now you're getting paid doing this. You working for Bleacher Report for the last couple years, right? And I know that you're doing good because you got the inspirational shit behind you, bro. Like pinned up that was plotted and it looks nice and all that stuff. This is your official setup. Like when people are proud of what that microphone has done for them, that's all the stuff they got. I got this from Walmart for $11.99. I got it from Walmart for $11.99, and I can't never turn it on unless I use the app on my phone.
Corey, don't feel bad because when I first started doing video and doing all this stuff, I didn't have a setup. All you could see is my window in the background. I don't know if a lot of people remember that back when I first started. Like the people who've been following me for years remember. Like when I used to get on video, you see like just my window in the background. That's it. Then when I got linked up with TNT and he started putting me on TV, he gave me a nice little plaque here.
With who?
TNT.
Oh, look at him, bro. Go ahead and talk your shit a little bit. What do you do for TNT?
All right, so I told Mike this in the DMs. I was like, I got a show coming up. I'll share it with y'all. I haven't really shared it publicly yet, but I'll share it with y'all.
When you raise your eyebrows, your forehead got a 6-pack.
Hey, I don't have a 6-pack here, but if I got it somewhere, I'll take it.
So what do you do for TNT Sports?
So I'll drop the news here. I'm starting not starting it, but Coy Wyatt, who's a former player, played for the Bills and the Falcons. He's going to be the host. I'm going to be on with him starting August 22nd. We're going to have something on TNT, which is kind of like Sports Center. Like if you watch Sports Center 6, they talk about what's going on, what happened during the day. We're going to be doing that every Thursday, specifically for the NFL. Bro. Yeah, so I'll be on True TV, which is if you got Optima, I don't know what you got out there in Arizona or
I got the bootleg
Cali,
box. I'm gonna see you.
If you True TV at 6 p.m. I'll be on the A block with Coy Wyatt. We'll be talking NFL all day. You know, I try my best to sneak some Raider talk in there because let me tell you, in the national level, there's not a lot of Raider talk because I say this all the time. A lot of people don't pay attention to Raider football, and I probably get it because they haven't won a lot of games. But I try to sneak as much Raider football in as I can with Coy, and he's a good teammate about it. He lets me do that.
And saying that,
that's big time,
saying that, and saying that you try to sneak in as much Raider football as you can. Talk to somebody like me that's maybe not as close to the game as they should be. I don't know that kind of shit. What is it to be excited about? What's exciting coming on? Like coming up, oh shit, Rafa is in here. I might have to send Rafa a link.
But back to the question though.
Look though, if you're a Raider fan out there, and I don't like to piss on anybody's parade, they're trying to be excited for the season, but I get it. The quarterback position is not anything to throw a party about. It hasn't looked good at practice from reports. Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew both struggling. But if you look at what AP did when he got there last year, totally different mindset from when Josh McDaniels had the team. So at the very least, this team is going to be worth a couple or a few surprises. They're going to be teams that you think, oh, the Raiders are going to get their ass beat. Or they're going to get rolled. AP is going to have them ready. Now, that can only take you but so far. But at certain times, when you have a longer seasons, now 18 weeks, 17 games, even millionaires, some of these players, they're not up for every game. They don't have the same intensity every game. I think you're going to get mentality-wise, intensity-wise, as far as effort, you're going to get the same Raider team basically every week. You won't see a lot of flat performances. How many times the Raiders go to the East Coast and you're like, man, I'm expecting a flat performance. They go into another time zone. Oh, they're coming off of a short week. I'm expecting a flat performance. I don't think you'll see a lot of that under AP because I don't think he'll be having that. I mean, he booted Marcus Peters the first chance he got when he was mailing it in.
Well, hold on. Well, I mean, we saw what happened, bro. But just all Raiders fans got a little bit of extra sentiment for so and so. So I'm not gonna talk bad about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
I hear you. We just gotta say that with different.
It don't matter. Like, look, you grew up a Raider fan, or you want to wear the colors or not.
The other Corey said, "Fuck that." He said it how it is.
He don't care. AP don't care, man. And he. If you ain't giving that max effort, you got to go because this team, the way it's built, Max Crosby being the leader on the defense side of the ball, they're going to be led by that defense. Now, again, the offense is not a lot to be excited about, except Brock Bowers, maybe Devontae Adams, but that defense is going to take them some places. I think they're going to win a lot more games than a lot of people think. People come on my show, Silver Black, today, and they say, "Oh, the Raiders only going to win 4 or 5 games, maybe." I'm reading a lot of these other outlets, the major news outlets. Hey, the Raiders are only going to win 4 or 5 games. They're the worst team in the division. I put myself on the line. I said, look, 8-9. I know that's not whoop-de-doo, but if you're a betting man or woman and you're betting that line on the 6.5, get your money. Because I've been getting my money the last 3 or 4 years betting over on the Raiders wins.
Corey didn't like that. Corey didn't like that prediction. I'll tell you that.
I know he didn't, but hey,
that's
what I'm here for.
You just said, I think the Raiders are going to win a lot more games than most people think.
Shit.
They'll win 8 games.
Yeah, because, Corey, look, 8 is 2 times the 4 that people think they're going to win. Real talk, man. That's 2 times what people think they're going to win, man.
You say, hold on, Corey, listen. Let me be real with you.
Those media people that are giving us the super low prediction, do you think that they're trying to be as realistic as possible, or do you think they're just making assumptions off of previous years and they're just saying, oh, it's the Raiders?
Like I just told you before, a lot of people don't watch Raider football. So if the Raiders stink the previous year, they feel like, okay, we're just going to carry over that prediction. They're going to stink the next year and the following year. Until the Raiders actually win a playoff game, they're going to be outlets that just going to say the Raiders are going to stink until they get a quarterback that everybody likes.
Yeah, I was going to say they got valid concerns, right? Because right now, what the Raiders got going on at the quarterback with Aiden O'Connell and with Gardner Minshew, and I don't know if it's just people piling on, but when's the last time you heard something or seen something positive? Ever since they put them pads on, I ain't seen one positive thing, but they put them pads on. These motherfuckers turned into I don't know who the fuck. Uncle Rico.
So I try not to get concerned by it, but a part of me feels like also we got to keep in mind that defense is pretty nasty. Maybe that could be a part of it. They are going up against that same defense every single rep. at practice.
Is it? You know what I mean? I think we might be getting a little bit of a hyped up version. We don't even have co-practices. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I'm a little bit concerned about because the defense looks so great. At some point in time, the offense has got to look great too. These are all professional athletes, and they're all in the NFL. So every dog's got to have its day. And when is the offense going to have its day? And since they had the pads on, I ain't heard about it yet. That's what I'm scared of. Feel me? So
see, you talk about me bringing the negativity.
On offense, you know, the negativity. You want to know something else? I really wish I understood technology better because there's a video of Michael Mayer making this catch in practice, bro. And obviously, we already know that we got this incredible tight end from Brock Bowers, and there's probably going to be most of the offense. Mike Mayer's out there a lot more athletic than people giving him a little bit of credit for, and he's a player I'm excited to see too, because with the attention that Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers are going to have to draw, Mike Mayer is going to have to get some opportunities, and I think seeing him on a linebacker is something that I'm excited to see. He's too big, he's too strong, and too fast. He's faster.
Did you see his reaction when they asked about Josh McDaniels' offense? It was like, did you see his reaction when he asked him about Josh McDaniels' offense? And then
I didn't. What did he talk about?
Basically, he was just like wasn't happy about it, wasn't enthused about playing in that offense. And it's kind of like you ever work at a job where you know you're better than you know you're putting out, but you just got a boss that's over you that's kind of holding you down.
Absolutely not.
Corey, you lying because I saw your timeline and you had the same exact situation you talked about in your car. Stop lying. Stop lying. So
I was gonna say anyway, I'm an underperformer.
I tried to give you the end there to tell your story, Corey, and you tried to lie. Now, Corey, you had a situation where you had a boss that you weren't so fond of. We gonna put names out there, but it's kind of like what Michael Mayer went through, where he wasn't too fond of what was going on with the offense, and then they asked him, "Okay, what's the difference between the offense you were in last year and this year?" And he's like, you know, he kind of laughed it off, but you can kind of see it was like, oh, no comment, but didn't go so well. But I think I'm gonna be a lot better in this offense. So I think with Luke Getsy, my point here is Luke Getsy's offense. If you watched it in Chicago, wasn't that great with Justin Fields, but
okay, thank God.
He knows how to use the tight end position. So Cole Kmet had a career year last year.
That I did know. And
the last 2 years.
I knew a lot about Cole because there was a girl on my timeline that's real nasty talking about him all the time. That's the only. So everything he ever did positive, I seen on my timeline 99 times. So I seen every highlight.
What type of people you got on your timeline? You got Cole Kmet fans on your timeline?
Yes. We got the weirdest people. The weirdest stands be on my timeline. The weirdest Drew stand. I'm just crazy people. You know, everybody's crazy, but me, just people pick players and they get attached to. Like me, I get attached to Thayer Mumford. Me, I get attached to who's the best. Thank you. I was going to say, who's the best defensive tackle in the NFL that people don't talk about? Not 97 on the Cowboys, not him. I'm talking about Adam Butler.
Yeah,
but real shit, and I think that. And now it's starting to get late. Before last year and before that, I used to be able to say I was one of the first ones on the train. Number 97 on the Cowboys is one of the coldest defensive tackles in the NFL. He's good as hell, and he's about to get paid crazy. Watch. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL, number 97. And I just keep saying his number because if I say his name, you're not going to say it again, right? Because I can't. I got to Google it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
What is with you and these rotational defensive linemen that you attached to? Like, what is this?
You know what it is? It's because I always see somebody like, oh my God, he need more snaps. And I see that. Nobody saw it. I seen it. And I feel like I'll be wanting to put that shit on stage. I know who's good that the NFL is not talking about. Because I pride myself in recognizing good players before the big media tells us they're good players. You know what I mean?
You know what, though? I don't know if y'all get this, but every stream I'm on, somebody will ask me about Dalton Wagner, regardless of what the subject is. Random person. Hey, man, how's Dalton Wagner looking?
Yeah.
And I'm just
There's always going to be something like that. Because isn't he like 6'8" or like some crazy numbers, right? Measurables that's going to make everybody interested in him.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that player that people want to say, I was on that train before everyone knew he was good, right? So everyone's on the Dalton Wagner train. Like, now if he pops, people are going to say, see?
I told you.
But let me tell you something, Mo. I done that hella times. Hella times on him pop, Mo. Way more often than not. But sometimes I'll be having some swings and some misses. I'm having some heavyweight misses.
Man, we all do.
That's all right.
So you lose.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
You live to fight another day.
Yeah.
you live to fight another. Yeah, I be wrong a lot. There's been a couple of players that I said were not going to be good at all. I did not have any faith in Tyree Wilson. I didn't see it at all. I just jumped early. And there's certain things that I saw. I was like, man, I don't want to get him out of here. And I was wrong, I think. I was wrong. I'm not going to say that he's going to be a great player, but I think playing him positionally and situationally like they're doing, they're going to get the most out of him. And that's going to maximize the defense because it's going to maximize other players around him. His stats are not even going to be crazy, but just the mess that he could create in the middle is going to allow a lot of opportunities for other players. So I'm excited to see Tyree Wilson, and I'm glad to be wrong about him. I hope I'm wrong about him.
Hold on, man. Didn't you say Tyree Wilson is going to be Cleve Farrell 2.0? Was that your? I think that was your early.
I said he was a close. I said he was just like him, except less athletic.
Jesus.
I said he played just like him. He got all the same problems, except Cleve Farrell is going to shed a block and get to a play faster than Tyree Wilson is. That's what I said.
I didn't write about that crazy. I was a little disappointed because obviously we know who I wanted that draft. I wanted C.J. Stroud on the Raiders, but clearly it didn't happen. But I learned to give it a chance. I started watching film on him right away, like that same weekend. And my instinct after watching for a couple of days was he's a D tackle. A lot of people were mad at me for saying it, but I think
he got skinny calves. Because he got skinny calves.
I wasn't even paying attention to his calves.
Does he look like Black Johnny Bravo?
Hey,
I don't want to fight him though. He big, right, and fast.
Hey, man, you already. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get into.
I know. I said what I said. I did what I did. I stayed on it.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
hey, Thayer was. You already found what happened when you tested Thayer.
You bring this up every opportunity you get. It's enough.
I said I didn't want to bring it up. You said what?
No, I gotta hear this. I haven't heard this story.
Nothing. I started some stuff with an NFL player, and I jammed him real fast. I caught him by surprise, and he stumbled. I was like, "Ha ha, you weak." He did it to me in my chest. I'm okay there. I couldn't breathe for a little while.
Hey,
so
he still thinks he's like in that phase of his life where he finna go pro, bro. Like just the other day, he's telling Darren McFadden in Oklahoma's he gonna light him up.
I am. If you know what, I haven't harassed Hog Chaser in a little while, but if I get back on him, bro, soon I'm gonna hit him in the morning. Soon as he done chasing them hogs, and tell him again. I'm trying to get on him. Oklahoma drill, 1-on-1. Me and Darren McFadden, big body, little legs. I think I could get him. You don't think so, Mo?
I need your honest assessment on this, Mo. You don't gotta be.
Darren McFadden is far removed from the gang. Corey might have a chance there. You know, if Darren McFadden was
Thank you
still
for interjecting.
If he was in, like, if he was still in the league, then I'd be like, nah, Corey. But you know, once some players they get out of the league, they get a little too comfortable, they get a little lazy. You know, you can get one up on them. And Corey ain't a small dude, so hey, he got a shot.
See, it's reasonable, and it's Oklahoma drill. We're not talking about me trying to open field tackle an NFL running back, right? We're talking about a controlled environment, a head up.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm a little bit heavy. I'm a little bit heavier than him. I think I could wrap him up and tackle him. I don't think it's crazy to think that.
You just better hope he don't bring linebacker pads with him. You bring the linebacker shoulder.
He gonna bring the Mike Singletary pads. Darren McFadden pads bigger than Mo Moton's cranium. Barely though.
I'll take it. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, barely though.
Hey,
take it.
hey,
I'm just
well, don't tolerate that. You fight back.
stop it. Don't do that. I don't want to fight back. Don't.
I'm not trying to
back,
fight with Corey. I'm trying to be, Corey was hella mean to me backstage, but I'm trying to be nice.
Oh,
call me out of my name before I even got on the stage.
I want to tell you guys the truth. Okay, right now we are limiting our language slightly because Mo has an incredible career opportunity. But before we were live, and before we were limiting our language, and before O was limiting his language, he was less nice than this. He wasn't this nice. So don't do that. Don't be on here.
The smile is you could take the smile at face value. I'm a nice guy, on and off camera.
The longer we do this, you like a bruh. No, first off, nobody's that nice for real all the time, and now it's starting to look like you playing with me. You an asshole for real?
I will say I tone it down a lot on social media.
You tone it down. Oh, so you are an asshole, and you pretended not to be. You're a reverse troll.
I can be. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Habitual line stepper.
Yeah. The unfiltered truth. Oh, hold on. Before I say anything about the unfiltered truth, I want to shout out Christy. Christy is a follower on Instagram. She in LA. She's a gangbanger, I think. And she, no, I'm just playing. She's older than me, but she's from a real crazy neighborhood. And she likes and supports everything. This is the first time I see her on YouTube. What's happening? And then Unfiltered Truth is on here. We stopped by and went on there. Corey is a big old softy. Bro, I bet I beat your ass. Bet. I was just playing. I was just playing. I was just joking. I was laughing. No, I was just reading the comments over here. I'm not a bully. You guys can't see the comments?
Hey, man, I see the way you talk to Meek Robinson. You are a bully to smaller people.
I'm not.
Stop that. You gotta stop.
I'm not a bully. First of all, Meek Robertson is. I love a Meek Robertson, bro. I was just watching him play preseason football. This is the homie for mine. So I'm not. I big him up every chance I get, and I'm gonna watch the Lions game again and see if I can make a highlight of it.
That's nice. Eve, balance it out, Corey. That's nice of you.
Hey, this 7-Eleven dude is an asshole. What's your name on Twitter, 7-Eleven? I'm gonna harass your ass like you harassing me. And this lady Christy talking about she a retired crip. I told y'all she's a gangbanger.
This dude, man.
Not me. It's still. I'm reading comments. That's it. I'm not doing nothing wrong. We should really be talking about football. And the Raiders are playing the Vikings this Saturday. And JJ McCarthy was listed as number 3 on the depth chart. So does that mean we're going to see the Raiders play the Vikings first round quarterback this weekend? And how do you expect them to look doing that shit?
He'll play probably in the second half because apparently he's not really lighting it up at camp. Sam Darnold's got that job. He's probably going to start the season, play until he turns the ball over 3 times in the game, then they bench him, whatever.
Sam Darnold's going to be the starting quarterback?
He's going to be the starting quarterback. He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Vikings.
Who's the running back? More important.
Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones.
Okay.
So,
and who else?
Ty Chandler's behind him. So they got a decent setup.
Yeah. No, they got it. Yeah.
But like I said, until Sam Darnold turns the ball over like 4 times in the game and they got to bench him, you'll get JJ McCarthy. But this Saturday, you'll probably see JJ against the second, third stringers. And he'll show his mobility. He ain't got a strong arm like that, but he'll show off his mobility and some of the physical tools that people like about him. But it's not going to be enough for him to win that job. And he shouldn't make the Raiders defense look silly, even with the backups. The third string is out there. It should be a pretty even matchup.
That means Janarius Robinson is going to light his ass up. That's what that
former
means.
Team. Yeah.
That's us.
Former team.
Oh, that's his former team.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. Dang, you just had that. Boom. That's some crazy unnecessary knowledge to have.
Yo, that comes
just on deck.
Hey, that comes from sitting up here writing 14 hours in a day. Before I hopped on with y'all, y'all want to know what I was doing? I was ranking backup running backs. That's how I was able to name Ty Chandler just now when you said who's behind Aaron Jones. automatically Ty Chandler. I'm out here ranking backup running backs for a fantasy football article on a Thursday.
Okay.
That's why he's in the big leagues. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
This is why he's doing what he's doing.
It's a grind. It's a grind.
It is a grind, and I respect the grind. And I'm gonna reserve my little unnecessary comments because it wasn't earned. Nobody did that. Anyway, somebody else called me Menelik again. Why am I getting harassed in the comments like this? I'm gonna have to.
Was Bleacher Report possibly was that your first big break in your opinion, where you're like, yeah, I made it, or was there anywhere before that, like along the way of the journey?
To be honest with you, when I first started Bleacher Report, I didn't even feel like I made it because they were only paying me $1,000 a month at the time. My first gig, I just to go back, I was working for the library system in New York, but I wasn't a librarian. Everyone's like, "Were you a librarian?" No, I wasn't a librarian. The library system has its own like UPS system, so I was with the shipping department. Right at the time, I was writing for a site called Football.com. It was half NFL football, half football soccer, right? So they had me writing about the Steelers at the time, and I was writing about the Steelers during my lunch break. and then
what time is this DHB Steelers around that time or what?
This is Dre Archer Steelers.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
The fastest man alive.
Yeah. This is like 2014-ish. And I remember trying out for a Bleacher Report at the time, and it was like, we're going to tell you, look, you got a small chance to make it. You're probably not going to make it, but you can try. So it was like, yeah, it's 5% acceptance rate. I wrote a trial article, didn't get accepted, had to wait 60 days to apply again. They accepted me the second time around, right?
Yeah.
Then they offered me a writing spot, but I wasn't getting paid. So I was still at the library system and writing about the Jets and Raiders at the time, because I asked to write about the Raiders because they gave me the Jets because I'm in New York. I was like, I'm a Raider fan. Can I do that too? So they gave me both. So I used that to my advantage. I was writing for both teams. So I was on the site twice as many times as any other writer.
Yeah.
And I guess that got me to bubble a little bit. Then they offered me a paid position. Like I said, I was making $1,000 a month. And I left my job, and everybody's like, boy, you out of your mind, you leaving your city job for $1,000 a month?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I ain't got no kids. I ain't responsible for nobody but myself. I'm in the projects. So yeah, so I just took the opportunity. I didn't feel like I actually made it till they bumped me up from a team writer to what I do now, which is a national writer. Then it's like, oh, we want you to cover the entire league. We want you to do fantasy football. Then I felt like with the contract they gave me, I was like, all right, now I'm in the door. Now I made it.
Yeah.
This is like 2016, like a year after I left the library system. But it was a grind, man. There was some times where I'm like, yo, I might have to go back to the library system because this slow grind, man, I don't know what's going to be next for me, but I stuck with it and just kept writing as much as I could everywhere I could, and turned into what I have today.
Oh, yeah. And now you're on TNT and
that's
CNN
crazy.
and all kind. You guys got to hold on. I got like a timer. It's making me crazy. Hold on.
Yeah. But
I mean, y'all can do what you do. But
sometimes, even though like it's a grind and it may not seem like it happened right away, when shit starts to go down, it starts to feel like everything's happening fast. Especially like with the media business, because when they are like, how soon can you work? They expect you to say next day, like, and you're on it.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, that's why when I first was coming up, anything they asked me to do, I never said no. They was like, we want you to cover college basketball. I was like, all right, I'll do it. We want you. One time they had me write WWE articles. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I did that for a little bit. Yeah. So anything they asked me to do, I just hopped on it. Right. And then even with that, in 2017, they got rid of my department. So I wasn't working. I wasn't writing for Bleacher Report for a whole year. So I was just kind of floating around. I was, some people know what Just Blog Baby is over at Fanside. I was writing for them for a little bit. I was doing my own thing. I had my own little podcast with a homeboy that's now in Florida. We was doing Knicks stuff. I was just doing everything to keep my name out there. Then they brought me back in 2018. And after they brought me back, I was like, all right, I'm going to go 2 times as harder. So I was I was writing 16-hour days. Some days I wasn't sleeping. It was crazy, but it worked out because then they bumped me up, and then I was safe. But I'll tell you, like every year that went past from 2019 to 2021, every year your contract, it's got to be renewed or you got to negotiate things. And I was always worried about, man, am I gonna still have my job? Am I still gonna have my job? And now, like, I'm at a point where I don't even worry about it. But it took like 9 years to get to this point. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I get you, man. Because shoot, I'd say this past year that just happened, that's probably like my first year really with my foot in the door and in the business too. And it seemed like it was gonna go great, but I mean, it's a roller coaster. Shit goes good, then it goes bad, and you just got to keep going. You got to keep pushing through it. Like at first, it didn't feel like it hit me when I got the opportunity to work for Sports Illustrated. It didn't hit me honestly, not until the first paycheck. Once the first paycheck came, then it hit me like, damn, I'm doing this, okay. And I was close, just like how you said you're leaving your job. I was close. Some people try to make fun of me for it. Work in the warehouse, forklift driving. It's a hustle. I gotta do what I gotta do to pay the bills. I gotta pay a mortgage. Shit's expensive. But I was close. I was like, I'm gonna leave. But then I realized, shit, season's over. Now what? And it was kind of a dead period after that. And well, yeah, now I haven't really told nobody. Corey knows. I told Corey about it, but as of it's been a couple weeks now, I'm officially independent. I'm back on the independent grind. So
you're doing everything yourself. You're doing everything yourself. No other outside anything, right?
Yeah. Like last week, a lot of people were tripping out about, hey, what was BTB doing at a training camp? How did they get there? I didn't have nobody send me over there, nothing like that. We was there.
Yeah, you just showed up, right? So, and that's another thing. Shout out to, I met another person on Twitter that hooked me up with some tickets to practice on the 14th. Some tickets to practice on the 14th. I got 4 of them. And I might not be able to go. I wish I could, but, it's enough people on Twitter. It's a lot of people that do help us through social media that do all that kind of shit. So even though
it's
the 14th, it's in Vegas, though.
Okay, so you're saying next Wednesday, the 14th, you have 4 available for practice in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just repeating that so that fans know what day in case anybody.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to get this shit together. I'm like, bro, you could just have them. Why are you doing this?
Oh no, I gotta work. I'm repeating that so in case fans didn't catch that, like they get the full on like details.
Yeah, no.
He was trying to set up a meet and greet with Menelik. That's what he was trying to do.
Don't come on, bro. I don't want to get on you, bro. Okay, I look a little bit like Menelik Watson. We don't have to talk about it. You look a little bit like Bosco. Do we gotta talk about it? We don't gotta talk about it. You don't know who Bosco is. As soon as you Google him, you're gonna say that motherfucker, Corey.
So I look like a couple of different people. I don't see it really, but
yeah,
you don't see it. Come on, you don't see it.
Nah.
Who do people tell you that you look like, Mo? Who do people tell you that you look like and you don't see it?
I'll give you the Kirk Morrison comparison. Mike posted the photo before, like an hour before I got on. I was like,
yeah. There's that one you can't deny at all.
That one.
What else is it? Because I get crazy.
We've seen going on during the off season.
the Michael Penix craze. I don't see it.
What is stop? What are you talking about? You don't see it, Michael Penix.
I don't see the Michael Penix.
You don't see it.
Do you know what Michael Penix looks like?
No lie, I went on my show Silver and Black today with a purple do-rag. I didn't see it. Looked at myself in the camera. I was like, I don't see it.
This is unreal. I'm gonna Google Michael Penix and I'm gonna think about. I'm gonna get all the technology that I can get, and I'm gonna figure out how to show his picture up here next to your picture, and you can feel ridiculous. This is gonna feel like we on Maury right now. You know what I'm saying? Just all them denying baby daddies. Come on, bro. I'm looking at come on.
Okay. I want to hear. Speaking of Michael Penix, I want to know what was your opinion on how the draft went down. Obviously, I want to hear your perspective as a Raider fan, and then your perspective as a journalist, like just in general speaking, about how that draft went with regarding Atlanta taking Michael Penix.
Now, Atlanta taking Michael Penix was surprising, but it wasn't surprising me the Raiders weren't able to get a quarterback. I even heard Corey. I think Corey was on with Marcus Johnson of Take the Whole Line. He was saying, as a Raider fan, the way I see it going down is the Raiders don't get a quarterback. And I agree with him because I'm like, look at where they're picking. If they can't move up, those top 3 teams were all trash last year, and they all needed a quarterback. So unless Jaden Daniels pulled the Eli Manning, there was no way they were going to get the quarterback of their choice, and there was no way they were going to get any of the top quarterbacks at 13. So to me, it was they're either going to get a middle round quarterback, or they're going to roll with whoever they got from the veterans, Aiden O'Connell, whoever they signed. So I was already prepared for the Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell dynamic there. I kind of felt like maybe they take a chance with Spencer Rattler, maybe if they felt like he had some upside because, he's got some experience, showed some maturity. When he moved from Oklahoma to South Carolina, they didn't. They felt like, okay, we're going to roll what we got. As a Raider fan, I'm looking at that. I'm thinking, 2024 season is going to be rough with the quarterbacks you got, but I understand why they were in that situation they were in. Now, I was of the belief that maybe Bo Nix would be available. I know he wasn't a popular choice within the fan base or anything like that, but let me tell you, I'd rather roll the dice on a Bo Nix than not have anything, because Denver, who knows what Denver is going to look like. I have them finishing last in the division. I'm not saying Bo Nix is going to be great or anything, but at least Denver has something to look forward to say, at least we think we can develop a quarterback. The Raiders don't have that yet. So now they're in win mode. It's like, if we don't win, we bottom out, maybe we get a quarterback next year because we don't have a quarterback of the future. Now, if I'm looking at this as an analyst, I'm thinking, I understand, like Corey said, I understand why media outlets aren't picking the Raiders to win a lot of games because of what they have at the quarterback position. But I also understand that the position they were in, it wasn't going to happen anyway, unless they were going to trade up.
Mo, I got to stop you, and because G Finesse, he asked probably 3 different times about Dak Prescott. And is there a way that you see Dak Prescott finding his way to the Raiders? And is there a way that you can see it making sense for the Raiders to go after Dak Prescott?
It makes sense. It would make sense for the Raiders to go after Dak Prescott if they're in that middle ground, 7 to 9 wins and miss the playoffs, and they're thinking all we need is a quarterback, and we'll do anything we can do to get a quarterback for this team because we don't want to waste Devontae Adams. We don't want to waste Max Crosby's prime. We have a team that's ready to compete right now if we could just get a quarterback. Right. But
if the Raiders are not in the playoffs and contenders in the playoffs, Devontae Adams' ass is gone anyway. One way or another, right? He's going to be gone by the way of you need that capital to do something to salvage your team, or he's going to be gone by the time. And man, I'm sick and tired of this shit. So I think that, and that's a pure opinion, my own personal opinion, but that's the way that it looks, right? To me, I don't know if that's something that we have. If that were the case, we do end up another mediocre team, and we do end up winning between 7 and 9 games. And now we're in this situation, we still have to get a quarterback. What do you do to acquire one? Because you got to do something different than we did this time, right? Just sucking wasn't enough. They have to do something different. They have to maybe make a trade or maybe move up or down or something like that. What is it? What would it take to get a quarterback that would impact them like that?
Okay, if you're not going to trade Devontae Adams to get some capital to get that quarterback, then you're trading future first-round picks. That means you're trading picks in 2026 and maybe even 2027 to move up. Because right now, the only quarterback that's viable that could possibly elevate a team right away is Dak Prescott. And they're already saying that he might want $70 million. I don't think he'll get that because that's agent talk.
70 over how many?
Over like probably 4 years, probably. He's probably looking at a contract. But that's agent talk. They usually, when you hear stuff like that, they throw out the biggest number they can, knowing that they might not get 70, but he might get 60, and I think he'll be a $60 million a year quarterback.
I remember Daniel Jones getting 40, so none of these numbers sound crazy to me. Not no more. You know what I'm saying? So if Daniel Jones is going to get $40 million, and I haven't even, didn't they just give Jacob Lawrence or what's it? Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence. They gave him like $250 million too, right? Like these guys. I remember when $100 million quarterback was. I'm old. $100 million was crazy. Now they're getting 200. So when you say 70, I say, I just don't know if he's gonna move. Is he gonna move the needle? Like, let's play something stupid, something that I hate doing. But if Dak Prescott was on this same team, all things being even, how does that change that win total for you? Right now, you think it's 8 games. How does it change?
11 or 12 wins. Do you know why? Because he's taken that Cowboys team to a 12-5 record for 3 straight years. Like, you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of getting on Twitter and hearing people say, "Oh, Dak Prescott is trash." I'm like, the Cowboys have been 12-5 3 straight years. And it's not because of their backup quarterback or their running back situation. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is great and all, but somebody's got to throw on the ball, right?
Yeah.
They're a 12-5 team a lot because of Dak Prescott. Now, if you want to talk about and criticize his playoff performances, I'm fine with that. But if you're talking about what the Raiders' record could be with Dak Prescott with this roster, they're an 11 or 12 win team with Dak Prescott at quarterback. In my opinion,
I'm just really concerned and wondering where the offense is going to come from for the 2024 Raiders, because I love Zamir White, but I don't know that I love Zamir White to be the bell cow that's going to get 1,500 yards and really carry offense. And I hope and pray that he does, but I just don't know that the team is set up to allow him to do that. I don't think we're going to spread enough people out. Even if Brock Bowers and Mike Myers end up being incredible teams, you're still looking at an 8-man box, even if they're great, right? Because if you line them up in there, you still got a bunch of big safeties and linebackers in there. How does that look for Zamir White, and how does it look for the rest of the Raiders offense? Where's it coming from?
Field position. I know it sounds boring, but if your defense can put your offense in good spots and you're playing the field position with special teams and defense, Corey, I see your face. It's not looking too happy right now, but that's how the Raiders are gonna have to play it. It's not gonna look super sexy this year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not gonna be scoring 30 plus points a game. They're gonna have to win some games where it's gonna be 24-10 or 23-16 or something like that.
Well, King Tone just told me that bell cows do not exist in the NFL, not really anymore. And King Tone, I agree with you to a point, right? I think that there's going to be some exceptions. I don't know how you can have a team that has a bell cow or one, and that's the problem. That's the problem, because I love Zamir White, but what is he complimenting? I think that he needs to have a counterpart, and I'm interested to see what that counterpart could be. I don't know what Madison is going to bring yet, and I know you're smiling because it's going to come up. It's always going to come up.
Dylan Lowby, baby.
Dylan
Lowby.
Let him know.
Dylan Lowby, baby. That's your
You fucking couldn't wait. You couldn't wait.
That's right.
Black man with a red face. Look at him. He couldn't hold it. He couldn't hold it in.
I couldn't hold that in. I just had to spit it out. It's Dylan Lowby, bro.
Hey,
Dylan Lowby. I know.
Nice.
I know you're an Amir Abdullah guy. I get it. I understand.
No. I'm not. I'm a hey, what the fuck have you done, guy? That's what it is. And so I hadn't seen anything. Now, obviously, I guess it looks different. I guess he really looking like he's supposed to be somebody. But what is it that has you so excited about Dylan Lowby that I haven't seen, right? I'm a regular person. I never watched no New Hampshire fucking football. So what have you seen that makes you so excited?
So look, like King Tone said, there are barely any workhorse running backs in the league outside of maybe Christian McCaffrey, right? Bijan Robinson might be another one this year, but you barely see workhorse running backs. So you need a downhill guy, that's your Zamir White, and you need a pass catcher who's going to be able to get you out of certain third down situations when you're behind the sticks. Dylan Lowby. That's what he did at New Hampshire. That's what he did. I'm not saying he's Christian McCaffrey light 2.0, 2.5, whatever you want to say, but his skill set is perfect for that third down pass catching role. Like Zamir White doesn't have to get 20 catches,
bro. He's explosive.
That role is tailor-made for Dylan Lowby.
In the NFL?
Yes. You're not a small dude.
He's not a small dude, but that's the thing. That's when I watched the little tiny bit of New Hampshire football that I saw. This motherfucker was bigger than the motherfuckers trying to tackle him. He's not a giant person, but everybody on the field was the same fucking size. Everybody, the safeties, the linebackers, the punters, the cornerbacks, everybody was the same size, and everybody looked like they should be number 26. Nobody was a threat to anything. So what I'm saying is, what is it that you saw when he was going against them accountants that made you say, that's that motherfucker there?
Here's the other part of it. Luke Getsy's offense, a lot of screens, a lot of short passes. So he's going to need that guy out in space. And I think Dylan Albee can exploit a lot of matchups. You're going to get some.
Look like an ironing board. He's a big dude. He looked like Robert Spillane a little bit. He do. You know what I'm saying? You have Robert Spillane neck don't go in like you're like a regular person. Like you got your head, your neck a little bit, and all that shit. Spillane shit just go like it's connected. Like this motherfucker can't go side to side, and Lobby shit look like that. They got the Takeo spikes, but they white.
There you go. And that's the type of dude that you need on third down. That's the type of dude you don't want to tackle when he's out in open space on a screen. That's exactly the type of dude you want. The dude without the neck. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
What? That's okay. So when he was in New Hampshire, okay, what was one of his best games in New Hampshire? Just please tell me who they were playing against.
Look, you can play. See, you can play that game with any FCS.
No, I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up. Who were they playing against?
They were playing against, subpar competition. So it's not going to stick out to you. I can't say, oh yeah, he ran for 200 yards against Bama. Not good. I understand the competition level, but what I'm saying is his fit within the system, the need that the Raiders have, his skill set, he'll be able to produce for it. Look, I know it's going to sound funny to you now, but come week 3, when he has about 70 yards from scrimmage and he's got about 50 receiving yards and he's got a receiving touchdown, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter and ask me who is he going up against. Hit me up on Twitter and ask me who he's going up against.
First of all, I don't like the way you're talking to me right now. You got to relax.
Hey, man. Hey, like I said, I toned it down real a lot.
Specific. Now I'm like, well, hold on. 70 yards don't seem outrageous. He might do it. So hold on. I don't doubt that he's going to have. Is he something I wrestled with this a lot because I thought like, hey, how do you guys think he's just going to come in and take Amir Abdullah's job just like that? And it's not because I'm some Abdullah truther. I'm not. But I do know that he was a great third down back last year in the amount of how many times did we have third and what the fuck? And he converted it. 3rd and 18, 3rd and 21, 3rd and 14 on plays where they weren't supposed to convert as a screen pass, and he makes it happen. Do we know that Dylan Albee can do that? And do we know that he can make that special teams tackle? And do we know that he can also do the things that Abdullah can do at this level?
Well, he's going to have to show it in the preseason. It starts on Saturday.
Correct.
That's going to be his that's going to be his opportunity because that's where you earn it. Now he can either make the roster as a backup complimentary running back, or he could wind up on a practice squad based on what he does in the preseason. But he's going to get a lot of airtime because we don't need to see Amir Abdullah in the preseason because we already know what he can do. This is going to be a time for Dylan Albee to show that he can not only replicate what Amir could do, but do a little more possibly.
Is Britton Brown ever going to play football for the Raiders?
I hope so. I'm a big Britton Brown guy.
I say that because I do remember something Britton Brown tweet. I don't know a whole lot about him except after he got drafted. I started watching him at UCLA and all that stuff after. You know what I mean? So I just wonder if he's getting written off. If Alex Madison is getting written off, like what is his role going to be in the Raiders offense? What does he do? Because he got signed and he got paid a little bit, not a lot, but he got paid some respectable money that I'm not going to get cut money, probably. What's his role going to be?
Early down, he'll split with Zamir White.
Yeah.
He's not like Zamir White is not gonna get 15 to 20 carries a game.
Yeah.
Alexander Manis is gonna get some of those carries on the early downs.
Okay.
Now he's not really that explosive as a pass catcher, so I don't expect. That's why I don't expect that to be his role.
Okay.
I expect that to be Abdullah or Alabi, but he's gonna split those carries between the tackles. Now he's, as you say, he's not gonna get cut. But I don't think people are writing off Britton Brown, but I just think that people now are like, okay, if it hasn't happened yet, is it ever going to happen?
Yeah.
He got hurt last year. I felt like he had some momentum last year. Then he got hurt. We didn't hear from him again.
Yeah.
But he's been my like how you feel about some of these obscure defensive tackles, these rotational defensive tackles. That's how I feel about Britton Brown.
I'm not gonna call him obscure, but I'm not gonna call him obscure. But Mike's been beating his chest on this one for probably the last week. The Camion Richardson, he's not obscure, but he's maybe a name that we didn't hear about. Mike went to practice. He came back to practice. He said, "Hey, Corey, number 25, bro." I'm like, "Who's that?" He's the Camion Richardson, is a cornerback. He might do something. He might threaten for the number 2 spot. I don't know about that. So Mike has been beating his chest on that stuff. Did Richardson come out? Is he the number 2 corner?
As of right now, it's on the depth chart. Yeah, it's Jacorian on the depth chart right now. But we'll see how preseason goes and the rest of these practices, and we'll figure out by week 1 who will be the guy. But
yeah, so
it's gonna be interesting
stuff.
I know you were surprised even when I tell you Jacorian looked like he improved too, but he did.
Yeah, and you know what? And I just want to be fair in saying that kind of shit, because my reaction the last time I was like, number zero. And the reason why I said that is because last year, every time I watched number 0, it wasn't for anything good, you know, and that happens to a lot of rookies, and they could turn around and have great careers and great things. But I did see a lot of bad plays early in the season, and then I didn't see him late in the season. So it's not that I wasn't criticizing him. I think just maybe the game moved too fast and he jumped in the middle of the McDaniels mess. So if that has nothing, if this whole defense is different, maybe we're going to see why they got him so early in the draft in the first place. So for him to be a second cornerback makes sense. That's kind of what we expected. But what happened to the other Smith? What happened to him?
Who?
The safety.
Which safety?
Chris Smith.
The one, yeah.
Depth right now.
Yeah, he just got buried.
Yeah, he's just getting buried, right? So didn't they draft him early? Wasn't he like a 3rd round or something like that? It was early.
5th round. They moved up for him, but it was in the 5th round.
Okay, all right. So never mind. He's still on the team, so he's still playing well.
But you know, draft Trey Taylor. I know it was a 7th round pick, but Jim Thorpe Award winner. I think Isaiah Polamalu is going to get a lot more playing time. I think he needs to get on the field.
I say this every chance that I get. I thought he was way bigger because that motherfucker beat thumping. And I can't wait to see him. He's a safety that plays kind of like a linebacker. Yeah. He's all over the place. I'm excited to see him play again.
But tell me I'm wrong. Every time you hear about a practice or watch a preseason game, Isaiah Polamalu has his hands on the football. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. And he makes most of his opportunities when in the regular season. I mean, he got a chance to get on a few times, so I can't wait to see him play.
Picked off the Tua on an overthrow the Miami Dolphins last season. So,
and then Trey Taylor's another one for us to watch. So we do have a lot of the preseason can be exciting for Raiders fans, unfortunately, because the offense is so bad. You're gonna really have to look at everybody. You're gonna watch everything.
I'm excited to see our rookie tackle that we drafted, DJ Glaze, because he looked solid the practice I went to, but also every day we're hearing good things that he's stepping up. He's doing what he has to do, and they're giving him a lot of spin with the ones.
Every day I'm hearing that Max Crosby is untouched, and this motherfucker is just hanging out in the backfield, just hanging out every day and every play. So I'm scared about that. Is that because Max Crosby is the most incredible athlete we've ever seen? I don't know. I think part of that is that the offense is a little bit slow, and you cannot hesitate with that freak show out there. So I think that when Aiden's maybe taking some time to develop, It's allowing DJ Glaze to develop. You know what I mean? He's gonna get all the work that he can get, so he can't be in a better position and a worse position. Because it sounds like Max is mother. Does he look like that in person, Mike? Like just like fucking practice up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much real deal.
Bro, it got to a point where I'm like, dude, I'm not even gonna tweet no more. It's just Max.
Yeah.
Max.
Just over and over again.
Pretty much, bro. It was insane.
Who else made some plays?
I'd say I'd be surprised that I didn't see it coming, but I seen it coming, and it's still surprising. Like, wow, like they're damn near triple teaming him in practice, and he's still fucking getting to the backfield.
Well, I can't wait to make my highlight tape after this weekend, after the Raiders whoop the Vikings dog ass. I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care if we got vanilla defense. I don't care what's going on, bro. We gonna whoop y'all dog ass.
You better have a Dylan Lowry highlight up in there. I better see at least one or two Dylan Lowry clips in there.
You're gonna see some crazy.
He's gonna have the most spectacular 6-yard reception that we've ever seen, and I'm gonna do the best that I could do with it. I'm gonna do the best that I could do with it. Why you say I'm a hater? Do you think I'm a hater?
Yeah, I do think you're a slight bit of age.
I just want to see it with my own eyes, and nobody showed me. Every time I asked, nobody would show me. Please refer me to a link if you guys are scared to just send it to me in a DM or something. I'm curious because when I put his name in the YouTube, I don't see the impressive shit that y'all be seeing. So please,
listen. New Hampshire ain't exactly pumping out, all pros or anything, but.
And I'm off the New Hampshire shit. I just please anybody that has ever watched this, anybody in the comments, anybody that follows me on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, please just send me a link to something I'm like, damn, you got to watch this Dylan Lobby something. Send me something that I got to see on Dylan Lobby because I haven't seen the.
Let's see if he creates some of those highlights on Saturday, bro. You never know.
You know what I should do every morning when I wake up in the morning? I should just send you some random Dylan Lowry highlights from way back when he was in junior high school up until he gets the practice. Random Dylan Lowry shit just sent to Corey. Just
where did he go to high school at? Rhode Island?
And wherever he went, you'll know. It'll be on your timeline. First thing in the morning.
In Bangor, Maine, he's a superstar.
AP, all I gotta say is AP likes him. AP been hyping him up. So
which motherfucker play high school football? They was playing 808s. He went to one of them schools that don't have a full team. He was shaking the hell out of them accountants too.
Hey man, look, best of the best, man. Hey,
are they the best?
You know how, Corey, you know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to get drafted in the NFL, Corey? Like, I don't think people understand. Like,
yes. Unfortunately, yes.
To get you got to be pretty damn talented. There are guys who are state national champions, Mr. Football in their small town, and they're 7th round picks. It's hard. It is hard, man. And I'm not saying it from experience. Obviously, I haven't played in the league, but I know some people who had a sniff. Curtis Samuel came out of New York, school not far from me.
Yeah, that motherfucker's incredible.
Yeah, people look at him at like a legend because out here in New York, we don't play football. We got concrete and patches of grass. We play hoop. We hoop. Yeah. But he'll come back and talk to the kids at the school, and he'll talk about his journey. And he was a middle round pick. Like he wasn't like a late guy. It is tough. A lot of these guys can play. It's just, are they in the right system? Do they have opportunities, and can they stay healthy? Because a lot of these guys, if not for an injury, playing for a bad head coach or on a system that doesn't fit them, career probably could look a lot different than it would, and some of them flame out.
Well, I think we're flaming out. It's been an hour, and that's the time. That's the time. It's just been way too long. And I'm glad that we got a chance to have Mo come in here and talk his shit. And I got to let him go before I say some things that we can't come back from. Because we're enemies right now. And it's starting to feel kind of intoxicated. I feel disrespected by your football opinions. Is that weird that I feel disrespected by your opinions because you don't back them up, Mo? I expect somebody in Super Bleacher Report research dude to be like, "Oh, Dylan Library was great because when he played Middle Tennessee Assistant State, you know what I'm saying? he had 113 yards."
You would disqualify him anyway if I said Middle Tennessee State was his best game. You'd be like, "Who's Middle Tennessee State?"
Somebody in the
I know who Middle Tennessee State is, and I respect him a lot more than New Hampshire.
Dang. Somebody in the comments said he had over 200 yards receiving this past year against Central Michigan.
That's fucking impressive. That's impressive.
Now produce the highlight. Now show Corey the highlight so he could see it.
Well, Central Michigan, bro, like you can find plenty of Central Michigan stuff. New Hampshire played Central Michigan last year.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get that hate up out of my body. I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm gonna be impressed. Why you roll your eyes, bro? You don't believe me? You think I'm gonna watch it and be like, "Oh, bullshit." See, good looking, Jay.
Then all of a sudden, you're gonna be. Then all of a sudden, you're gonna put on your best Mel Kiper impersonation and start nitpicking the shit out of that. Whatever he did, whatever amazing thing that he did. Oh man, his feet. I don't like the way his feet pointed in the wrong direction. His mechanics aren't sound.
You ain't never heard me do that before. You ain't never heard me. Have you?
You will. You will.
You ain't never heard me do that before. I don't think.
You will.
I won't. So I'm gonna go watch the shit. I'm gonna see what's so incredible about him against Central Michigan because I respect Central Michigan and their defense a little bit as a respectable school. So I'm gonna go see. They don't want. Yeah. I expect to be surprised. Now, if this motherfucker has 200 receiving yards and one of them is an 80-yard touchdown and the rest is like 22 I'm gonna go watch it. That's all I'm saying.
There's the nitpicking. You see it? He's already.
That still sounds impressive to me. Maybe I don't know.
No, he's already building in an excuse to not to like.
What the fuck? I'm not building no excuse. I'm just saying, like, sometimes James Harden have a 30-point game, but he had 23 free throws. You'd be like, oh yeah, I mean it's 30. Yeah, it's still 30, I guess. So that's all. I'm just seeing this motherfucker got 23 free throws. That's all I want to go see. That's it.
I don't know. Over 200 receiving yards as a running back.
It's difficult. It's fucking that's impressive as a receiver against. So I want to see it. I'm gonna go watch it. Go watch it. Mo, thanks for coming on. I can't wait to see your stuff. August 22nd.
August 22nd, True TV. Me and Coy Wire. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time.
True TV, and everybody get True TV. If you do not have True TV, please hit me up in the DMs for clear live stream, bootleg boxes. We got you, and we all go watch and support Mo Moton legally and illegally. It doesn't matter. Big Mike, where they go find you on Twitter? It's the same as your name right here.
Yes, sir. Mikeavelli 24. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. If you're weird, don't look for me on Instagram.
Okay. If you don't want to, if you're weird and you can't look for him on Instagram, just go to Jack Jones's page. Because Mike just made one of the hardest Jack Jones tapes of all times, and Jack Jones put it on his page.
Yeah,
so
you're real.
Take a look at it.
You're real one for that.
He is. Now everybody else, get up out of here. I appreciate you.
Flexing you, bitch.